Hey YouTube, it's Tristan here, Pacostames101, and I'm bringing you a battle against RonJeremy. I found him on TPX chat, and I wanted to test a couple of Pokemon just to see how they worked, especially Dugtrio. And looking at his team, he doesn't really have much that Dugtrio can be very effective against. I mean, I can kill Heatran in one shot, but other than that, I mean, Gliscor, Gengar, Latios can all switch out. Vaporeon laughs at Dugtrio, and Scizor just bullet punches it, so I don't know. It looks like it'll probably be a tough battle, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's start. Anyway, I'm going to lead off with my Jirachi, just because I want to set up rocks and all that fun stuff. And he leads off with Scizor, so I'm expecting the U-turn. For some strange reason, I expected to be slower than Scizor, so I went for Body Slam, trying to paralyze whatever he brought in. But I'm an idiot like that, so yeah. I should have just set up Stealth Rock that turn, but I didn't. Anyway, he goes for U-turn. It does about half, so I know he's CB. But I do have the Parahax on Scizor, so that'll hopefully be helpful. I mean, at least I outspeed it with Reuniclus and Porygon 2 now. And he goes into Heatran, so I know that that's going to be his Stealth Rocker. So I'm going to set up my own Stealth Rock just because I'm going to predict him to predict me to switch and set up his own rocks, which he does. And now I figure the fire move's coming. I don't know what kind of Heatran it is. It's definitely a bulky one since he has rocks. So I don't know if people still run Torment or not, but anyway. I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go to Porygon 2 just to trace the Flash Fire and sponge whatever fire move he wants to throw at me. And he ends up going for Lava Plume. So, I mean, it reminds me a lot of the 4th Gen Tormentran, but, I mean, whatever. Anyway, he goes for Toxic. I go for Toxic because I think he's going to switch, and I want to hit whatever he brings in, but I know he's going to just stay in, and he's going to go for Toxic again, so I'm going to go to Dugtrio just to Arena Trap it. And he goes for Toxic, which is fine. I mean, Dugtrio doesn't really care. He just comes in and out just to hit with whatever move he can. And he goes for Protect just to Toxic Stall me, which is okay. I mean, it's going to die eventually, but it's just I guess the extra turn that annoyed me. But anyway, he's going to go for a second Protect, and it fails, thankfully. And I just go for Earthquake, and I'll easily be able to OHKO it. And so far the battle's looking pretty good. My predictions are going pretty well, and yeah. Anyway, he doesn't see an item, so I figure he guesses that I'm Choice, which I am. I'm Choice Scarf, because Choice Scarf Dugtrio is actually able to outspeed both Venusaur and Excadrill in their respective weathers. So it's a good counter to them because, you know, it traps them and you can just Earthquake them for the knockout. But anyway, he brings in Gengar, and I'm praying that it's not Sub Gengar because that thing's annoying as anything. Anyway, I go to Porygon 2 just because I want to sponge whatever he brings in. I should have just gone to Jirachi, realistically, instead of Porygon 2. But I figured Porygon 2 could take any of the hits. He goes for Focus Blast, and I mean, there's not much I can do about that. But it does a lot. Like, I thought I would have lived with a little bit more than I actually did. And I just go for Recover because I know if I didn't see any item on it, so I know he's going to have Life Orb, so I just want to stall him out of PP. But here's where the battle turns around for me because I can't, with this team, I can't deal with that stupid Sub Gengar. The fastest things I have, you know, I have Dugtrio, but I mean, it only has Sucker Punch to hit it with, or Stone Edge. And my next fastest thing is my own Gengar, and I don't really want to risk a speed tie, just because I generally don't win them. But I go to Reuniclus just because I figure I can sponge the Focus Blast again, and it misses, so that didn't help. And I thought I could take at least a Shadow Ball and just start recovering off and then play Mind Games with Porygon 2 and Reuniclus until it finally dies to Life Orb, but he takes me out in one shot, so that didn't work out. Anyway, I go for Sucker Punch. I think he was expecting Night Slash, so he just sets up Sub, and I'm stuck into Sucker Punch because I'm Scarfed. So around here, I'm predicting him to just attack me. And I think he's either realizes that I'm choice banned and I can't stay. Well, I mean, I can stay in, I'll die, but I stay in for the third time just because then I expect him to expect me to switch, and then he'll actually attack me so I can break the sub and then work from there. But I know Dugtrio can take one more Stealth Rock hit, so I'm going to switch it out just because I'm going to hopefully need it for later. Well, I'm going to need it for later. And I go to Jirachi this turn, just expecting the sub again. And yeah, I mean, Jirachi is my special wall, but I don't think it can take 2 Shadow Balls. I'm at 243, so he hits me for about 120, I think. No, he hits me for 130. Okay. Alright, that actually makes sense. I just go for Iron Head just to break the sub. And I figured here, well, realistically I should have wished and then go to Porygon 2 and install out that way, but no, that would have been stupid. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm just talking to myself. Anyway, I hoped I could take another Shadow Ball and just kill this thing off with an Iron Head because it's basically just wrecking my team. Anyway, I send in Dugtrio. I wish Arena Trap trapped in this stupid guy, because it would have been nice. But he's just going to switch. He's going to go to Gliscor, which I'm fine with. I mean, I have my own sub Gengar that I can just set up on him anyway. And I actually live a turn of Poison. I was expecting to die that turn. He gets his Poison Heal activated. And I figure here he's going to go for Protect, so I'm just going to stay in. I can't switch it back in anyway. But he goes for Swords Dance, and it's like, okay, fine, whatever. And yeah, I'm just going to end up fainting. And here I'm like, okay, well, now I can pay back, because I have my own sub Gengar, and you'll see how gruesome this thing can be when you don't have a counter to it. But anyway, I go for sub. I was expecting him to Protect, to scout to see if I had like HP Ice or something random like that, but he just goes straight for Ice Fang, which I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And he gets his Poison Heal back. I go for Shadow Ball. No, I'm Leftovers. Maybe that's probably why I didn't. No, I am Life Orb. I wanted to switch to Leftovers, but I mean, look at that. The Gliscor takes the hit better than my Reuniclus can. And Reuniclus has more special bulk than that thing. I mean, that's ridiculous. Gliscor is like one of the best Pokemon this... Well, it is one of the best. But I mean, like, that's just dumb. Anyway, I think I'm down to 2 Pokemon at this point, so I'm just like, what am I gonna do? I bring in Porygon 2 just because I want the Poison Heal, in case he goes out to that Vaporeon he has and then tries to Toxic me. I can stay in here as long as I want. And I do have the Ice Beam for this. And I'm like, I'm pretty confident that even if I'm as far back as I am, Porygon 2 can bring this back. I just need to play it right. Anyway, I expect here that he's going to switch. Well, I don't expect it, but I go for the safe Ice Beam anyway. He brings in Scizor, which is fine. It's not going to do anything, but it is paralyzed, so I am faster, which is good to know because I can start recovering. Or, I mean, I can hit it with a Discharge first and then recover afterwards, and maybe he'll get Parahaxed. And he goes for Superpower. I know he's CB, but I hope I can take it. I know I should be able to, but maybe not so well. And I take it with 79 HP, which is 75 HP, which is like, oh, really? Anyway, he knows I'm going to recover here, so he's going to just go straight out to Latios. And I thought about Ice Beaming just because I expected to come in, but, I mean, Ice Beam wouldn't kill Latios regardless, and then Latios can just kill me with whatever move he has. And here I'm forced to switch out, which really pains me, because I was actually really hoping he'd Trick right here, just to get it out of the way, but he doesn't. And he just goes straight for Draco. I know that's going to kill Terrakion, no problem. And I'm like, okay, it's Porygon 2 against the world, and yeah, let's just see how it goes. So, I mean, a lot of his Pokemon, Porygon 2 can kill Gengar, it can kill Gliscor. It's just this thing that's a problem. Vaporeon I can Toxic Stall out just because I have Discharge and Toxic, so I'll win that stall war. And he has Scizor. I know he's going to switch out because he has to. He's not going to stay in with a Draco, so I'm just going to take the turn to get my Recover back up. I want to be at full health. You know, if you're going to take down a bunch of Pokemon just single-handedly, you might as well be at full health. And here he switches. I guess he just wanted to end the battle quickly. I go for Discharge, and I see Latios come in, and I'm like, if I paralyze this, that would be amazing, and I might have a chance. It might be that break I need. So I'm like crossing my fingers here, and I get it. And I'm like, yes, I have a chance. Now all I have to do is Ice Beam it, pray that he gets paralyzed so he can't trick me, and then I can worm my way back in. And he gets Trick Off. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I'm still stuck on Ice Beam. And I'm just gonna go for the Ice Beam again, and he withdraws, and just goes out to Vaporeon, and I'm like, I can't win this. That thing has Toxic, I can't switch moves. And there's absolutely no point in me dragging this out any further. So, I'm just gonna run here, I'll take my losses. I need to fix up this team a bunch. I mean, it was just 6 random Pokemon that I threw together. But, I mean, that was an excellent game, RJ. Definitely go check him out. I found him on TPX chat. And I will see you guys later. I'll bring a better team next time. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace.